Seth, Judy, if you'd open up with a comment on today's game against Ohio State.
Yeah, tough one today. Tough one today against a good Ohio State team. Dug ourselves a little bit of a hole in the first quarter and then fought back to, I believe, 4-4. And then, they went on a long run at the end of the second and all of the third that really separated it. It's one of those games where I look at these stats and they certainly don't tell the story. Those guys had some opportunities in tight and they finished them. Work in progress, and let's go from there.
As opposed to last week, it seemed like there were some better stretches by your team, and you were there, at least statistically with the shots and
Yeah.
all. Do you take any encouragement out of this game?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be obviously, very proud to coach these guys. They're young, and when you have youth, you have inconsistency. That's just the way it is. You're not going to play, 60 minutes yet with these guys. This is going to have to be a total rebuild, and then we got to stay. We're certainly going to stay with them, mostly because I love them, and had a tough go at it, and it doesn't get any easier. But we built this schedule a while ago, knowing that we were going to be a young team, and we need to go through those growing pains, and we got another tough one on Tuesday, against St. John's. They're playing very good lacrosse right now.
Do you feel that because the team is young, you had the two tough one-goal losses in these two last games? Do you feel that they'll keep their spirits up?
Yeah, listen, that's our job as coaches. We gotta keep them up, and obviously the locker room isn't great right now, and as you're a couple guys that are seniors and getting close to the end, it always means that much more, and we need to get after it, and coaches will prepare a game plan again versus St. John's, and we'll be here again. And again, there's still going to be some inconsistencies when you're bringing up a young team.
When you tied it at 4-4, and the momentum's your way, what are you thinking at that point? And then what got away there in the last 5:15 and a half? What went wrong?
Yeah, we fought back. We were down 4-0. We get to 4-4, and I used a timeout to stop the rush when it was 4-0, just to settle some things down. And then Keegan Santos picked up a ground ball on the far side of the field when it was 4-4, and it was probably 5 or 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And I don't regret it. I used that timeout to preserve that possession, because I felt like if we can get one on that possession and go up 5-4, that may give us some wind, underneath our wings. And it didn't happen, and so now, you're playing that game of, you don't have any more timeouts, and then they go on a run, and they scored, 3 inside plays, and then they had I believe a goal off the face-off to make it 9-4 going into halftime. And then the one thing that we didn't want to happen was them come out and they, you got the first one right away. So it shot the third quarter. Right? So still got work to do. Like the heart in it, and we'll get back to work.
And you said it's a young team that needs to play a full 60 minutes. Now, what's the key to that? Is it just a matter of experience, or is there some things that need to be worked on the field?
Yeah, listen, I think it's a little bit of both. There's no getting around it. Right now we have to play a brand of lacrosse that's has to be pretty perfect in order to win. And we don't have some depth that's banged up, and we need to continue to work on a game plan that's going to give us a chance to win. And for those guys to come back and make it 4-4, that's great. You know what I mean? It showed a lot right there. That's a positive of what's going on. And then we need to, but we need to not go down 4-0. Like that'll be the the thing to work on for Tuesday is we got to get off to a better start and see what that does for us as we go forward here.
Anything else?
Coach, Bobby Casey kind of had a little bit of a rough game. He made some good saves throughout. So how do you plan on, keeping morale up, at least with your goalkeeper,
Yeah.
and not letting this game get to them, and building off the positives?
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go watch the film, and seeing what the goalie has to do with it here. Which ones would Bobby like to have back? Which ones, the percentage of shot was so high that you can't blame the goalie on that side of things. But listen, we have to reevaluate everything as we go forward, and gotta hope to get a couple guys back or at least healthier, and working on that as well. It's a tough day, It's just, we're gonna learn from it. We're gonna get better.
Thanks, Coach.